Hi, thanks for checking out LogicWorks 5 Lessons for Navigating the Future of Enterprise IT webinar. Over the next few minutes, I'll be reviewing some of the key themes from Stephen Orban's Ahead in the Cloud, including where to get started, who to call when you need help, and what success can really look like for your organization as it migrates to the cloud. Stephen Orban is the global head of enterprise strategy at AWS, and his book, Ahead in the Cloud, offers some really insightful and practical tips on how your enterprise can make a successful move to AWS. Orban's book is broken out into 3 parts. Part 1, My Journey to the Cloud, covering stages of adoption. Part 2, Best Practices, which is what we'll focus on today. And Part 3, Other Voices and Other Views, a collection of case studies and perspectives from IT leaders and executives across the world. So, let's get started. We've pulled out 5 key themes from the Best Practices section of Orban's book. I hope you find them helpful and encouraging. Lesson 1. There's a new IT leader in town. As an IT leader looking to take your organization to the cloud, you need to help your team and company as a whole embrace new business models with speed and agility. This means rebranding yourself as what Orban calls a Chief Change Management Officer. The core function of this new role is to articulate the organizational vision, explain how each team member fits into the larger picture, and measure progress against soft and hard targets. Ultimately, you need to figure out what business and technology goals are important, how they fit together, and communicate them to your team over and over again until it sticks. Lesson 2. The team you have is the team that you need. I understand that as an AWS Premier Partner, it seems counterintuitive for me to call this out, but it's really important. Your team holds a ton of legacy and institutional knowledge, so giving them the tools and training to get up to speed on cloud technology is your best path forward. AWS offers really robust training programs and certifications for employees with all technical abilities across various topics, from cloud economics to developer, architect, and practitioner tracks. And of course, while training is a great way to enhance your team, the best way to gain cloud experience is to just start building. Encourage your newly trained employees to build small, meaningful cloud applications. These hands-on projects will help your staff apply what they've learned in the classroom to enterprise, cloud-based applications that drive value for your organization. Lesson 3. Experiment to disrupt. We hear a lot about cost savings when we're talking about migrating to the cloud. And of course, that's a compelling reason to move. But really, the biggest and most impactful benefits of leveraging the power of AWS are speed and agility. For many of you, the goal of migrating to a cloud-based infrastructure is a way to keep up with competitors. Orban explains how the best way to do that is by creating a culture of experimentation. Successful startups like Airbnb, Netflix, and Spotify all did exactly this. They started small and released new updates and features quickly, efficiently, and thanks to AWS, easily. But this doesn't mean you should start building anything and everything and hope that it works. Orban provides some do's and don'ts for smart experimentation. Do manage expectations. Do encourage your teams to propose experiments. Do consider DevOps to institutionalize experimentation. Do encourage the whole organization to participate. Don't start with a project where everyone is set on a specific outcome. Don't pursue an experiment until you know how to measure success. Don't doubt your team. And finally, don't let experiments slow or halt delivery. Lesson 4. Partners make perfect. I mentioned with Lesson 2 how important it is to recognize that the team you have right now can become the team you need with the right training, certification, and hands-on experience. But of course, leveraging partners who have already done what you're trying to do hundreds of times before comes with huge benefits and should not be overlooked. Companies like GE, Capital One, and Netflix have continued to drive disruption in their industries by constantly reinventing and differentiating themselves. These companies and thousands of enterprises like them are leveraging the cloud and its partners to offload the undifferentiated heavy lifting often associated with enterprise IT. Managed services providers like LogicWorks help organizations like yours succeed in this new cloud era because we've already gone through the exact change you're anticipating. We take away IT burden while still allowing your teams to spend time experimenting and implementing their newfound skills. And again, AWS has a robust partner competency program which helps you find the right partner for your needs. Orban actually quotes LogicWorks CEO Ken Ziegler on this topic in Chapter 22. Lesson 5. Enterprise DevOps, your cloud accelerator. Last, but certainly not least, let's talk about the importance of DevOps. Similar to experimentation, implementing DevOps practices will help you accelerate innovation, improve time to market, and take your product development to the next level. For those of you considering DevOps, Orban lays out 3 tenets to get you started. Number 1, customer centricity. Take a customer service-oriented approach to everything across your organization. This includes your development and operations teams. In a DevOps model, any individual responsible for a product or service should treat that product or service like his or her own business. When they do that, they'll take greater pride and be more willing to listen to new advice and perspectives. The second rule is fairly simple. Automate everything so you can provide IT services faster, cheaper, and better. And third, run what you build. This ties back to rule number 1, where if developers are tagged with the responsibility of owning the applications they build, quality simply will go up. Additionally, remember there are AWS DevOps competency partners like LogicWorks who help companies achieve all of these things. Thanks again for joining this webinar. I hope you found it helpful.